Hello and welcome back. Alright, so before moving on to the first floor staircase, I just wanted to give you a quick look here in the front, some of the work I've done in the meantime, and I'll also show you some of the inside work as well. So you can see I have painted up the windows on the outside and the windowsills and done the door, including adding a little door knocker there, handle, painted all that up. The glass for here. These are not glued in yet. These are just in position right now. And these windows, the way the windows are done, as I showed you before, and just take this one out, which is not doesn't have the glazing on. So I 3D printed these, painted it inside and outside. The blue for that wall room and white for that. In addition to this, I printed up the inside frame. Let me quickly show you that, which is here, just a little less than 1 millimeter thick, and this gets sandwiched on the inside of this, like that. And in between, what I am using is these clear styrene sheets that you see here. These are 0.4 millimeters thick, thin. I was trying to find the thinnest sheet that I could find, and I cut these up, sandwiched in between, and then super glued them in place. The reason I haven't glued these onto the walls yet is just I want to leave access in case I need to work in here in the meantime, so I can stick my fingers or any other tools in there, and then at the end I will attach them. Alright, so let's move on to the inside. Okay, so here on the inside, as you see, I have completed this room from the last time. Everything's painted white and attached and so forth. The other thing that I've done here is on the inside of between the two walls here, I fill it up with some of that spackle compound to give a little bit of rigidity. Reason being that I found that I was attaching these, and I was pressing up against them, I wound up cracking the wall, and I didn't want to crack the wall as I'm handling this, so I just fill it up, give it some rigidity as well as just give it a more finished edge. This will be painted the brick color to blend in, as well as the tops of the chimneys as well. Alright, so in addition to the cabinets there, I add a little bit more here to the fireplace. I added the doors here, the framing and the doors for the two doors here. Like I mentioned before, there would be bi doors so they don't stick up too much inside the room, give it more room space. Here's my landy temporarily in place. It's not glued in. And just take this off to show you underneath. And there's your basement door leading to the basement. This is glued in place. So the door here is just molded closed along the molding here, and then you have the back door here, which you can't see from this angle. Alright, so I'm going to just put this back in place and show you how I went about the staircase. So what I did was just take measurements going up and down to the top of the landing here, measurements going across here, put that into my computer, and I printed out a little guide to use as the staircase. And that guide, I cut it out and I applied it, glued it onto the balsa wood. Now the balsa wood, I'm using 2 layers. I glued them alternating the grain, give it a little rigidity. And this is going to form the walls, left and right, for the stairs, which the threads will be placed. So after I glued this on, let everything dry, I went ahead and cut them out. As you see here, so here's my stairs. So I'll have 2 of these, and then I'll put the threads, the landing part on each thread, and get them attached. And then I'll do something similar for this side for the other 3 or 4 steps leading up to the second floor here. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut this out and I'll be right back. Alright, so after cutting out the other part, the other half of the staircase here, so I placed it here just to dry fit it. A little piece of plywood there at the bottom, balsa wood, is just so that I don't drop these onto the floor. So everything seems to be lined up and good. Now over here, because of the molding on this door here, I'm going to have to cut a little notch there for the stairs, but I'll do that later. First one I want to make sure is that I have the correct width of the stairs. So again, using the calipers, I'm just going to measure the space, get a measurement for it, and we'll use that for continuing building and cutting out the horizontal supports for the stairs here. Alright, so I'm going to do that off camera, and then I'll be back. Alright, so here I am in the middle of the staircase. So just to show you what I have done. So I have those, either side, I had them cut out. I put this piece back here temporarily just to hold it in place so that I have a nice good square as I'm attaching the risers. So I have attached one here, one in the middle, and one on top. And from there we're going to build down. So you can see I'm using pins to pin it up while the glue sets, and once the glue is dry on these, I'll take them off and then I'll go rung by rung at each one of the risers, and at each one of the steps. And I'll be back once I have completed that part. Alright, so here we're back with the construction of the stairs. So here's the almost finished with all the risers and threads up. I added a little piece of trim here, just a little bit extra detail, and also after I paint and do the wall here, I'll just make it easier to make this the same, using the same paper that I use for the other walls, so you get the same finish, and then the rest will be painted up. And I cut off the notch here to account for the trim here, and it fits nice and neat right there. And I got the top of the thread here with the landing, so everything lines up perfectly. Now for the other few steps, it's this part, same construction as that, with the exception of, instead of using double walls for the sides, I just use single. With a small piece, I don't need the extra rigidity as I'm working with it. And this will be approximately there, give or take. So as soon as I do the second floor and actually get the second floor framing up, once I have the second floor done with the actual flooring in place, I'll set this in place so that this lines up flush with the floor here. And also this now gives me an idea where else I need to add a little bit more framing. So I'm going to add a little framing here, this area, so that the floor here, when up to the second floor, you'll have this notch here. Alright, so next step right now is just to prime and paint and prepare these two sections. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here we're back with the stairs all painted up and a little varnish on them as well. So you got the bottom and the second half of the stairs here in place. They're not glued in, they're just there. Just to show you, so this is going to be the second floor framing, and next step is going to be working on the second floor, putting the floor together so I can get the right height and glue these together. But I will leave that for the next update. So for now, I'm just going to give you a little look here. So this is just the stairs, the landings and the risers painted up, as well as the main stairs here from the first to the second floor. Alright, so thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next update in the next week or two. Alright, take care everyone.